Hello YouTube, this is Twang again with a little tribute to B.B. King, Riley B. King, who actually became known as Blues Boy, and then they gave him the nickname B.B. King. And he was actually had the first hit that he had was 3 O'Clock Blues, and that was a #1 Billboard hit in 1952. And then later came out with an album singing the blues. He was a radio personality actually before he got started and being well known for being the great blues player and singer that he was. His first album, Singing the Blues, had 3 O'Clock Blues on there and Every Day I Have the Blues, which is another famous B.B. King song. Live at the Regal is a must-have for any guitarist, and that featured Help the Poor and Sweet Little Angel. Also had Every Day I Have the Blues, and those were live versions of those songs. And that was recorded at the Regal Theater in Chicago. And that was a huge influence on many guitar players, including John Mayall, Eric Clapton, Peter Green, many, many others. They cited that album as very influential. They had another album called Completely Well, which is kind of the definitive version of The Thrill Is Gone. That's when Bill Szymczyk produced that album and kind of convinced B.B. to add strings to that record. And that won a Grammy in 1970. It's probably the biggest hit and most covered B.B. King song. Then later in 1970, there's an album called Live at Cook County Jail. That's another great record, performed in the prison actually, live. And then there's another record worth having is Riding with the King with Eric Clapton. That was released in 2000. And that had a track, the title track, Riding with the King, was actually a John Hyatt tune about a dream he had flying in an airplane with Elvis Presley. So that was about another king. So, and this is a Gibson Lucille that I'm going to be playing. And this is what B.B. King favored later on in his career. And he would play through a Lab L5, a Lab Series. Lab Series amps were actually developed by Robert Moog of Moog fame. The Mini Moog was synthesizers, but this amp was one of his. He helped design it, and I'll give you kind of a sample of the tone here. This is and B.B. kind of favored playing in the middle position on the pickup selector, and on the varitone switch he would usually play in the second position, and that's what I'll do here with play through the Lab Series. And I'm going to kind of go over The Thrill Is Gone, the chords to The Thrill Is Gone. You have it starts with a C minor, minor 7, and then it goes to an F minor 7 for the 4 chord, and then on the turnaround it has a major 7 for a sharp 5, major 7, then a sharp 9, the 5 chord's a G7 sharp 9. So the chord sequence goes like this. Now you noticed the volume drop there. I cut on the compressor on the L5 on the Lab Series. It has kind of a built-in compressor, and it kind of gives you a little bit of an interesting tone. Here's without the compressor. So it kind of squishes the signal a little bit. But there's a quick demo of a Gibson Lucille through a Lab Series in honor of the King, B.B. King. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks. See you next time.